This is a residence, obviously, in the city of Seattle. The thing here that happened was the owner bought a house to the north of them, which had fallen into disrepair, and so that house was removed, and this cabana and the swimming pool were added. I think the design problem here was designing this area that I'm sitting in right now, and that is terraces that would connect the old house to the new cabana, and rather difficult forms, geometries, and grades to deal with. So rather than ignore or de-emphasize the joining of properties, we thought we would make a feature of it. So this hot tub that I'm sitting on the rim of, if you notice, there are some outlets here, and this can be turned into an ornamental fountain. All of the large plants that you see, the magnificent Katsura, Cercidophyllum magnificum, there are two specimens here. The major plants here, the plants that are defining the space, and I grew these plants at my nursery. I started a nursery in 1962 when I realized that the very choice material that I wanted to use was not available. And I thought, I grew up in a nursery. I know there's problems and potentials. So I bought land and developed quite a nursery beginning in 1962. Although this is a single-family residence, we were able to enclave or surround it completely with landscape. And so doing as we just did, coming in through the front entrance, you realize it can be thought of as a stroll garden, quite literally, in that you move from position to position. You feel part of that surrounding garden, and then you move on to another garden. Some are completely shaded, some are in the sun, where the roses, for instance, want to be. And you come down to the big statement is a Olympic-sized swimming pool. Yeah. One of the features is the mini orchard, and we have plums and apples and pears and persimmon, and we're experimenting. Haven't harvested a crop just yet, but of the olive. I pride myself on having a deep knowledge of horticulture, plants, their habits and their potential. I think a lot about seasonal change. Here we do not have the strong seasons that you have on the East Coast, other part Midwest. So to me, it's very important to emphasize the subtle changes that we do have by plants that flower and fruit and give fragrance to the garden through different seasons. Yeah. Water is an element, a feature of the garden. It's difficult to imagine a garden without water. Water is the essence of life. Water brings in life and movement to the garden, and it is reflective and meditative, and can be natural, artificial. You can throw it in the air, you can let it run over rocks. So I always try to express water, its magical qualities in the garden in different ways, different scales.